Hey everybody, and welcome back to Elderberry Sprout. Today I wanted to dive into my journaling system to see how it's changed over the last 6 months. In this video up here I talk about how I took my bullet journal out of my traveler's notebook. This is about in February or so, because my bullet journal was bulking up so much that it was making it difficult to write in my traveler's notebook. I've since migrated into a new bullet journal, and I'm still going to keep them separate. But I just wanted to show you the signatures that I have currently in my TN and my new setup in my bullet journal for the next 6 months. So let's dig in. First of all, I've been on like a craft kick for the last while here, and I had some scrap quilt here because I was in the process of making a quilt coat. I'm really close to finishing it now. It's been like 2 years in the making. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm finally almost done with this project. But I made a little cozy for my iced coffee. Anywho, let's dig into this guy first. First of all, looking at this thing, you can see I've got nice little patina going on from this going with me in assorted places. I take this to my craft studio or my my candle studio when I make candles, so it gets scuffed up a bit. But I got a new little charm on here. Originally there were a whole bunch of loops. This was originally a pendant for a necklace, but I chopped them off and like dremeled the little edges down. It's still a little bit rough on the bottom, but the spiral was calling to me. It has kind of a Celtic association, as well as, to me, this represents more of the toroidal energy field that goes around humans from like an electromagnetic perspective. So that just reminds me that I'm constantly in connection with the energy around me. And I've got my normal old paper clip. And this is a new addition. So this is a clip from a music stand. This I also got from my grandma. So I have been loving using that one because it has these 2 prongs, so you're really able to get into the pages that you're working on and keep 2 pages splayed open, like you would with sheet music. So very excited to have that as an addition. Now getting into the book itself, couple changes. Firstly, I have this little, I guess, divider slash organizer thing that I made. I made this a while ago, and actually it was living in my old traveler's notebook, which is just essentially holding auxiliary accessories, because this is a little bit bulky. I made it out of an old pair of Carhartts and some like lace, some scrap fabric I had here. More Carhartt parts there. And this just has a couple little spaces for some pens. Currently doesn't have any pens in it, but it's got a zipper pouch over here, which I waxed with beeswax to make it zip nice and even because it was a super old zipper. And you can see they're like old mended Carhartts because the patch of this is actually on the inside. You can see in here I patched these pants for so long that it finally reached the end of their lifespan, so I turned them into this. And now I've just got a whole bunch of like little apothecary stickers and, oh, my grocery shopping list, recipe cards, assorted little stuff like that. But yeah, I love the design of this. This actually took a while for me to figure out how to do this in a way that would be finished on both sides, so I was pretty proud of myself for figuring that one out. But yes, very velvety and luxurious. Back to the reference signature. This is the same one as last time, so it has the same stuff. It's got my thrift store list, it's got, yeah, lists for when I'm feeling low, not too many things in there. I've got a writing board back here. And I think at this point I used to have a brain dump signature, but I took that out because I was realizing that the functionality of a brain dump for me needs to be immediate. And oftentimes when I'm journaling in this, I need to take a little bit more time to like put the clips on and like get the pen that I want to use. Whereas a brain dump, I need it to be like just a crappy notebook so that I can just like use a pencil and just vomit my ideas onto the paper. So this took a little bit too much effort to have a signature in here for my brain dump. So I've just been using a normal old composition notebook for that, and it's been working a lot better for me. Plus, the composition notebook doesn't have to live in here, so it can be in different locations, because sometimes I like to brain dump in a certain location, so then I just take that book and leave it there. Now I've got my reflection signature, or my book of shadows, the book of reflection. Once again, here I am using my my whiteout pen on the black. But yeah, just same old stuff in here. Don't really like to go through that with you guys. It's all my crazy chicken scratch and deepest innermost thoughts. But yeah, that's gotta stay in there. I think I've got like 3 pages left. Ooh, I can show you this page though. I'm in the process, oh, hey little guy. I'm in the process of making new stamps for my my dressed spell candles, which I'm getting ready to make a full collection, hopefully 7 different spell candles, so I can actually put them on my website. But I've been selling them at the markets for like a year and a half now. But anyway, super stoked with how these are turning out. These are the stamps I've made, and these are the designs of the stamps that I haven't quite carved yet. So give you some ideas of what the next ones are going to be. We've got some protection, passion, communication, etc. But yeah, so got that signature. Lifelong term, same as last time. This one is starting to drive me crazy though, because the paper is so thin. And I was writing with a juicier pen last time, and it was really detrimental. So I think I'm gonna remake this and maybe glue in a couple of the pages that I already had written and just redo this. Also, it's a little bit shorter because this was before I realized I wanted to work with 8.5 by 11 sized sheets. Just from an ease perspective, I didn't want to have to trim everything. So now that I know that that's how I like to work, I'm gonna go ahead and make one that's the correct size. So it doesn't bug me, because I mean, it's not super annoying, it's a little annoying, and it's, I don't know, just super old. And here we've got my sewing signature. I just made this new design on the front. I thought she was kind of funny. Once again, this 1970s lady is from my Sears and Roebuck catalog, as are these fabric samples. And I wrote sewing projects, and I gave her a little fabric crown, which honestly, this crown idea was from the Queen Charlotte series on Netflix, because I was thinking about making one of those Queen Charlotte like birthday crowns. I think it'd be a really fun project, and you can like steep it in all sorts of spiritual symbolism, kind of like my my sleeping mask that I made with that pink silk. I don't know, it kind of just reminded me of that, so I was thinking that could be a cool craft. Leave a comment down below if you want to see me make one of those. I think it'd be really fun. But anyway, so there's the front of that. My sewing projects I want to do. And that's the last signature there. So this has been working really well for me. It's more of a not carry with me, but more of a when I really sit down and plan stuff out, or if I'm brainstorming, or if I'm recording things. So this is where I come when I have a chunk of time to really look at stuff. So this has been fantastic, and I absolutely love it. Now my bullet journal, let's scooch him over here. My bullet journal is a new addition. So this is the same bullet journal as I used last time, which is just a cheapo Michaels brand one. I think they changed, it's the Artist Loft brand, but I think the price went up a little bit, but I bought this one a couple years ago, so it was like $5 or $6. But I covered it in fabric because I realized that all of the covers are like a vinyl, and because they're so soft, I know that those plastic particles are getting onto my hands. So like I have this just like subconscious thing when I touch them, I'm like, ew, it's getting all plasticky all over me. But I covered this one in a nice cotton here, so don't need to worry about that anymore. And let's dig in. So I covered it on both sides. And I chose blue because I thought it paired nicely with the brown elastic here. And this was just a fun fabric I had, so thought I'd use that. And also you can see it matches the leather pen loop I've got there. Put a little sticker. This was a sticker from like, oh my gosh, the dollar store, like, what, 10 years ago or something? Let's see. So here we are. Let's zoom in a little bit. So for my 2023 midway setup, this is going to go from July to December. This is my setup here. You see I had to put a piece of paper in here to cover up the fabric edges from me turning the fabric cover in. But I like it. It kind of, I don't know, something about the brown and the blue is very like old alchemical almost. So I just kind of went with that, with like the purples and the stars. And soothe and be and space are my words. So I pulled 2 cards from this Prairie Oracle deck, and the words were soothe and be. And for me, that called forth the idea of space, because I need to give myself the space to soothe and to be. So focusing on that energy a lot. Over here, I have my new moon like planning checklist. So when I'm setting up a new month, I'll reference these different tasks, and that includes my monthly reflection prompts that I do. So, and also if you're looking for good monthly reflection prompts, I have some on my Instagram that are fantastic. So yeah, I guess that's kind of a natural plug for that. So if you want to check out my Instagram, feel free. You'll probably be seeing a lot of stuff about candles in the farmer's market over there. Now here I've got my kind of vision board pocket with all of my little rulers. So I've got a vertical ruler and horizontal ruler for setting up my calendar grids and assorted other grids. My bills, my payday schedule, and my monthly reflection prompts like I was just talking about. And here, I'd love to take a picture of my studio and insert it here of how I'm slowly achieving this like a magical kind of creative energy of this space here, which is what I'm trying to manifest. So here I got my index, kind of keeping with that celestial, alchemical theme. Plus a mushroom, can't go wrong with that. I've got sewing projects. This will end up living in my sewing booklet, but this was just temporary until I got my new sewing signature in there, but that'll get over there. Then I've got my passwords on this page here, and this will be my abundance sheet of tracking my work schedule for when the fall comes for the school season, so that'll be nice. I'm so happy that I finally figured out that I can photocopy the next 6 months out of my last journal. So I did that here and then just kind of copied the pattern to make another page for the next 6 months after that. So I feel kind of dumb for not doing this so far, but at least I figured it out now so I can do this going forward. Here's all my video ideas. I used a lot of watercolors in this setup because I was at a school in the morning and we have late starts in my school district. So on a Monday morning, I just stole some watercolors from a class and like got crafty in here, which felt awesome. But yeah, it's all my video ideas, lots of witchcrafts. I want to start doing more of those. Here I've got my business tasks. I'm realizing that I have been separating out my business tasks in like 2 different categories, one of which is like my more administration or like computer-based or desk-based tasks versus my, I guess like more production tasks that are in my studio. So I just need to have like a little sticky note here. So when I'm like at my computer, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to make more of this candle. I can like make a note on the sticky note and then just take that sticky note with me over to my studio. So I need to put sticky notes here. Maybe I'll do that. Note. And here I've got my to-do later list, which is essentially the bigger tasks that I don't want to forget, but I'm not ready to attack yet. Got my list of stuff to download. And this is my now and then page. It's essentially the same thing as my before and after. And the last thing, I got this idea from Joshi Cord, and this one is definitely sticking around because I don't need to reference this until the very end of my journal, which I've realized I don't like to reference pages very often unless they're lists that I need to look at a lot. So this one's just kind of a fun, more like keepsake type list. And I only have to do it twice. So I did it the first time, then I'm going to do it the second time. So it's what I'm eating, what I'm watching, what I'm thinking, the song that I'm listening to, podcast, what I'm doing, what I'm loving, what I'm solving, what I'm embodying, and my YouTube channel. So kind of fun. Or I guess not my YouTube channel, the YouTube channel that I'm watching. I'm watching a lot of Samantha Solaris right now. So check her out. She's pretty awesome. And here we've got my manifest and thrift list. Sorry for the tractor out there if you can hear that. Gotta do what you gotta do. So these are the things I need to reference when I'm in the thrift store so I don't forget. One of the things I just got, and I would have forgotten if I hadn't checked my list, was a shade cloth for my farmer's market. It's starting to get hot, so I really need to keep the candles in the shade when I'm at the market. And I found the perfect color sheet for it, which I'm super stoked on. Yeah, so that's a must-have list for me. And now we're into my July setup. So this is a super colorful one. It's really fun. I love it. I wanted to bring more color, and man, oh man, did I do that. So I used this colored, kind of foiled wrapping paper that I had gotten from my grandma. Or you guys might see it in this video, my Art Witch haul. But yeah, I just kind of pulled the colors from this and threw them on the page. And I also like the sticker, so I kind of pulled the oranges from that. Got my habits, the different videos I want to do for this month. We'll see if I get there. Yeah, how to burn a spell candle. That one's not happening this week, but that's okay. But anyway, so that's what that looks like. And because I was able to use less pages in the beginning, oh yeah, you can see the different tabs I put on here. Because I didn't do as many like yearly pages, I was able to give more tabs to my monthly pages. So now I'm able to have 5 different pages for each month. And I have it all batched out and like pre-cut so that I know exactly how many days I'll have for each month, and it'll all be prepped and ready to go. So the next page. Okay, I'm working on some herb drying racks. I got the dimensions I want to make them out of. So let's go through all the weekly spreads. Lots of to-do lists here. I surprisingly really like doing just the big letters. I think I might start doing that some more. So this is just a list of lists. These are musicians I want to look into. I haven't made a list of this. I was just at my desk before I even set this book up. So these are sticky notes from my last journal. I've got my Etsy relaunch. I only have a couple of products on my Etsy right now, but I'm hoping to transport all of the information over to Etsy from my websites, because like I have the listings ready. I just need to copy and paste it and actually do those. So I also have a new product. Oh my gosh, perfect chance to talk about that. I have this new product. I'll insert photos of it here, of an apothecary label. So this label is fantastic for doing herbal infusions or infused honeys or tinctures or assorted other medicinal herbal infusions. And it has all the information you need for like when you started it, how long you need to do steep time, what kind of conditions it needs to be stored in, when it'll be completed, you know, what the different stuff you put in it is. And it's all vintagey and Victorian, and it fits on this perfect Avery paper or Avery sticker sheet. Avery 5160 is the one that I use, and that's just a normal printer-sized sheet with a whole bunch of little stickers on it. And so it makes everything super easy. You just print it out, take the sticker off, and you don't need to think about what information you need to add because it's all ready for you. But anyway, it's only a couple of bucks. If you guys want to support the channel, feel free to go get that download. It's a super easy download. It's one file. It comes in 4 different colors, which is really fun. I tried to match the colors of amber glass. So there's like a reddish one, a greenish one, a blue, like that really dark blue glass, and a black one. So for all of your witchy infusion needs, I got your stickers for you. Anyway, so I'm working on my Etsy and getting the listings back up there. So there's that for you. Finding center, I haven't put all these things on here yet, but the things I want to do to find my center, like I'm working on my quilt coat, which is a thing I'm doing just for myself. And that's something that helps me find my center. I'm like, oh, I'm taking care of myself by making the things that make me feel good and like allowing the space for my creativity. So that's a little balance tab there. Then I've got business stuff and business brainstorming. Media enjoyed. So this is a big difference, is I used to have that media page in the beginning of my last bullet journal, but I didn't reference it because it was too far away from the things that I was doing. So like I'm always in this monthly section, right? Like this is where I am. I don't go over here for daily stuff. Whereas media enjoyed, it's like, that's a thing I'm doing daily. If I watch a TV series, I'm like making progress on it. And like in a week, I'll finish it. So I want to record that here instead. I also want to collage ephemera and memories here. So if I get any cool stickers, I'll put that down. And then here, oh, that was a brainstorm of my different tasks. Here, good things are coming. I want to put different inspirations. So I think I'm going to find something to print out and put here, kind of like a mood board for the month, or like a focus I want to focus on for the month. So I'm gonna try to print something out and put it there. But yeah, so that's pretty much all of my July setup. Then we get into August. Let's go to the back of the journal. Yeah, so that's just empty pages. I have my paper clips for when each of the months are done. I'll put a paper clip once I have everything migrated out of it to where it needs to go. So I keep those there. And then this will be a spread for little ideas for my next bullet journal. And I used some wallpaper to make this beautiful like little floral flip pocket. I glued the last 2 pages together on the edges and added washi tape. And then I've got, let's see what's in my pocket. What have I got in my pockets is precious. Grocery shopping lists, some stickers, some more white sticker leftover paper, vintage papers for collaging, a little scrap of printed paper. Yeah, just assorted weird stuff. One thing that I do always need in these pockets are these little white stickers, because these are essentially what I use as a pen cover-up. Because on the go, I feel like stickers work really well for me. Instead of having to have a whiteout pen and wait for it to dry and then have the lid come off and have it spill everywhere. I don't want to deal with that. And then we get to my back page where I have my work goals. And then just this and one single sticky note. So I need to have more sticky notes back here. But yeah, I have a little section for my playing goals, the goals I want to do for fun. I've got my work goals and balance. So you can see I'm trying to like do the interplay of balance between play and work. So I'm just really, I don't know, I turned 30 and I'm just really trying to embody this energy of finding that balance, finding the joy in day-to-day life, not dreading the things that I have to do. Kind of, I might actually do a grimoire page on this one, pushing that rock up a hill. If you fall in love with that process, you'll never slave away ever. So it's not about finding the thing you love to do, it's about loving everything you do and just really embodying that unconditional love for all that is. Because if it exists, it was meant to be. You know what I mean? So just like having that mindset into doing the dishes or those mundane tasks that I've found very difficult over the years has been really helpful. So giving myself the balance and space to just say, hey, I'm taking care of the house today, or hey, I'm taking care of my body today. I think that's really important for me. Anywho, so that's that bullet journal setup. I also want to talk a little bit about this Staedler pen. Okay, you'll have a slightly different audio since I'm standing closer. This is a Staedler pen. It's a 0.3 millimeter, and it's a Marsmatic 700. Ooh. Can you see that? Ooh. And I got this from my mom, and I've been putting normal old Noodler's ink in it. And it is so fine tip. Here, let me show you. It is amazingly fine. I have just been loving using this pen. It's so tiny, and the nib, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. All to say, I absolutely love this pen. If you're looking for a very fine nibbed pen that perhaps you can't find in traditional fountain pens, try looking for this one because it is amazing. And you know me in tiny writing, like I love to write super tiny on pages. And this one helps me do that. So check it out. Thanks, Mom, for giving me your college art supplies. I'm really appreciating that. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed peeking into my new, I guess, 6-month journal update video and seeing how I'm doing things now. Slightly different, slightly similar, you know. There's an ebb and flow to journaling, and I just think it's so interesting how I actually watched my most recent update video, which was this one here. And it was so interesting to see how things had changed. I didn't know it was... I didn't know things changed as much. When you're there every day, you don't really see the changes, but then when you reference it back, you're like, oh, actually, yeah, I did change a lot of stuff. Like new clips, yeah, anyway, just very interesting to see. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching, and I hope you have a magical day. Bye.